Hey everyone, this week we've got a quick tip. It's an easy one. It's an easy one to overlook. Join us in a minute and we'll give you that tip that you need before you make your very first cast of the day. Okay, so the subject of today's video is that first thing that you can check before you make the first cast. We just finished our qualifying tournament series events for the summer. We were in 2 team series and we qualified for the championship in both, but we had a couple of key issues through the course of the fishing season that caused us some places in some tournaments, kept us out of the money in a couple of them. And it's a simple thing, and it's something you can do and you should do before you make your very first cast. And I overlooked it. I overlooked it twice. Both times it cost us a limit, and those limits cost us cash and checks in a couple of different tournaments and left us just on the outside looking in. And they're simple. That's the frustrating thing about it. They're just simple. And it's related to your drag. Your fishing pulls both your bait caster and your spinning gear, both of them, right, have drags, and you've got to check the drag the very first thing before you cast. Here's what happened to me. We're in the summertime, we're on a dock bite, a lot of fish caught off the docks, a lot of docks on this system, so you know they're gonna be in play. And in practice, I had been out there with my fishing gear and was making casts and not hooking any fish, but shaking them off, getting picked up, feeling it, feeling a little bit of weight, gauging the size, letting them go, never set the hook. And in doing so, I never checked the drag. And then when I picked up this rod in the tournament and began fishing, did the same thing, picked it up, started fishing. And as you can see in this clip, it cost us. Cast on this particular fish, big fish picked it up, went to set the hook, started to reel and pull and reel and pull, and I could not get the hook into that fish, and he spit it out. And it's just a simple thing to do when you pick up this rod and reel and you know you're fishing docks and you're flipping or pitching or skipping. You know, grab onto this thing and make sure that this dial is down. Get your hand on your reel, engage it, and pull that drag. And, you know, make sure that that tension is appropriately set for the type and kind of fishing that you're doing. And whether it's your spinning rod or your bait casting rod, you've got to do that. You just have got to get in the habit of pulling before you make that first cast so that you can check that your drag is set. You cannot trust that from practice or from the previous outing that it's set appropriately. It will just fail you every time. And it's happened to me. It happened to me twice. Cost us 2 limits, cost us checks. But we'll learn from our mistake, right? I'll learn from my mistakes, and I'm going to double down on that pre-cast checklist. Make sure you don't make that mistake. So always check your drag. Check it before you make your very first cast with each rod that you pick up during the day. So, you know, if they're all set up from practice, that's fine, but don't trust it during tournament day. When you pick that rod up before you make the very first one, you're checking. Simply take and pull on it and just make that fine-tune adjustment on it before you make the first cast, and you won't find yourself on the outside looking in. Hope that tip was helpful. It's a simple one, but it's one that a lot of us can miss. It's cost a lot of people either their trophy fish, recreational fishing, or their 5th fish in a tournament, and you just don't want it to cost you. So thanks for joining us. Tune in next time. See you on the water.